Breaking news.
We on this shit real quick. I got y'all. I'm gonna put on some music for a second. Actually, wait, no, I can't do that because I'm on here. So I was on live, right, on TikTok, and they wanted to kick me off because I was talking about the Epstein shit. No, everyone has their own opinions and how they feel on it, but the truth is, all these motherfuckers are sick in the fucking head. And some of them were trying to help, like Michael Jackson. People won't believe it, but he was actually a spy, and he was trying to spy on all the things that Epstein was doing. People don't understand that because they want to think, oh, Michael Jackson's this weirdo and he's doing this and that, but they just go off of what they've been told for fucking years. But when you really dig into it and then all these files come out and you find the fucking proof, why was Michael Jackson not mentioned once doing anything weird in these files? And then you can go on and say, oh, he wasn't doing it there, so maybe he was doing it somewhere else or doing it like the thing is there's never been proof of Michael doing anything like this. So yeah, he went to those parties and he was at Epstein's Island a lot of the times, but when you hear the story of apparently him being a spy and spying on Epstein, that kind of makes sense. Because right before he died, he said people were after him and they were going to kill him for what he says or does, and he can't trust nobody. So that's the thing about it. How can you really sit there and say Michael's doing all these things? And then when it comes out that all those children who said Michael did this, Michael did that, said he never did these things because the parents wanted money out of him. And you got people like Aaron Carter, Macaulay Culkin. Um, for example, Aaron Carter even said when these government officials or police came to his house and said, oh, Michael did this and this to you, and then his mom looked at him and said, you gotta defend it. Like, or not defend it, but like, oh, he was doing all these things, just say it. Like, the mom wanted the money, but Aaron Carter was like, no, he was not doing this shit. So, I know Michael, he's not gonna be that type to, like, do any weird shit like that. So this is all lies and shit. And then Aaron Carter gets killed off for that same shit. And bro, like, and now that you really look into it and think about it, Michael Jackson was never the issue. He was never doing shit with children. He was never eating people like Epstein was doing, and that's kind of like a lot of shit to go into in detail, but if you think about it, Epstein was doing a lot worse shit and killing people off just for knowing too much. So the fact that Michael knew too much, they killed him off. And thank you, yes. My friend has his own opinions on it, and I understand where he's coming from because for a lot of years people thought Michael was this weirdo and doing all this shit. But when all of that information came out on the files, then what? Like, there's not one photo, video, or anything in documents of Michael saying anything weird or requesting anything or doing anything with any child. But the moment he tries to speak out against it and try to talk about it and expose it, he ends up getting killed. And yeah, heart attacks happen because they're natural causes. But you can trigger a heart attack with anything. You give somebody too much medicine, or you just whatever it is, you can trigger that shit. It can just happen. In fasting for Ramadan, my friend actually is fasting right now. He's Palestinian. But back to what I was saying, I'm gonna play a video shortly on it, about the Epstein shit. But this was what this whole YouTube shit was about because TikTok wanted to be dickheads, and they wanted to suspend me till the 22nd. So I can't go live on TikTok till February 22nd, which is really stupid. They did this to me before, and I was able to go back on a couple hours later. But fine, you want to do that shit? I get it. But we're gonna talk about this shit because it needs to be fucking talked about. Charlie Kirk talked about it. Ryan Garcia talked about it. All these people who, even Kanye, like, and y'all thought he was like they were all crazy, and then now when all this info comes out, nobody wants to talk. They want to be all quiet and they don't want to say shit because you know damn well they got caught. Our president, Donald Trump, is not good. Like he's mentioned 37,000 fucking times in those files, and it's crazy to me. Like, yeah, he's doing a all right job as our president, but now I'm starting to see shit differently, and I don't like Donald Trump. I like Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk would have made a good ass fucking president because he was honest and he exposed everything that was wrong. So, and people had an opinion on it and they hated how what he said, so I don't give a fuck. Everything Charlie Kirk said is the fucking truth because that's how it is in the Bible. He's a Christian man. Oh, yeah, you can fucking go. That's the thing, bro. He got killed for having a fucking opinion. It's people like you who want to fucking talk shit about somebody who spoke the fucking truth. And guess what? Charlie was never mentioned in those files. Andrew Tate was never mentioned in those files. And those are the two people who have the balls to speak the most shit. Guess what? Charlie's dead because he was speaking the truth. Andrew Tate will probably fucking die at some point if he keeps talking like the way he's talking. Like, hold on. I got you. I'm about to play something that I need to, like, this is what Andrew Tate was saying about, not, like, he didn't necessarily go and talk about Epstein, but he was talking about what Charlie Kirk was doing, and it's pretty wild. Like, never once has Andrew Tate ever lied, because he's always had the balls to speak shit that people won't say. And oh, everyone just needs to shut up about Charlie. It's old news. It's not really old news because that motherfucker was a martyr. And he's still talked about till this day. And if it wasn't for him getting into more detail and talking about the Epstein shit, nobody would give a fuck or really pay attention to it. If people don't care about him and he's old news, why are people still fucking supporting him and trying to put down his wife because his wife is a fucking snake? Erica is happy in a very bad way because she is a fucking snake. She got her husband killed, or maybe she didn't even have her husband killed. She was a part of it somehow. And what, you want to hate on the man because he had an opinion? Whether it was about transgender people or what God you choose to be with, whether you're doing right, whether it's right or wrong. Like, he never said, like, if you were doing something that he didn't agree with, he wouldn't agree with it, but he wouldn't shit all over you. He would try to guide you into the right fucking direction. Even though he died, people can make fun of it all they fucking want, and that just proves that they're pieces of shit, and it shows their true fucking colors. One thing is, I hate lefties. I hate lefties. The leftists think they're so fucking tough by talking shit, and they get proved wrong every time by people like Charlie. And guess what? We're just sitting here like, oh, we don't care. Some actually do care, and I'm one of them, because I think Charlie spoke the fucking truth. I don't go to church or go by any god or religion, but I think whatever he stood by and what he was talking about is true. Because if he was lying and talking out of his ass, why would they kill him? They killed him because he was speaking shit that was the truth. Talking about Israel, talking about Epstein and what Israel had to do with 9/11 and this and that shit. He was talking all about that, and then when everyone thinks he's bullshitting, he gets killed for it. No one gets killed for lying. People get killed for telling the truth. Because they want to cover shit up and they don't want you to know what's really going on in the government. You're supporting this president like Trump is such a good president when he's fucking not. Yeah, he's done a few good things for our country, which I thank him for, but he's not a good person. He got killed because he's Charlie got killed because he was speaking the fucking truth. And then there's other people who get killed for talking out of their ass. What's up? What's up? We from Buffalo. Shit, I guarantee you, if I post this fucking YouTube shit to my YouTube, it's gonna be fucking popping. We're gonna get mad fucking views. Even if I'm not getting views in here, it's gonna gain more fucking views and attention when I upload it publicly. But one thing for sure is they tried to take down Andrew Tate because he spoke the truth and he was honest and he did shit that motherfuckers would never do. They never would have the balls to talk that shit. And that's why Andrew Tate is still alive. Because he's not fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm not saying Charlie Kirk is stupid for what he did, because he went out there with no protection, nothing, just in a fucking t-shirt, and then someone snipes him out of nowhere. Like, yeah, it's a really suspicious, and I don't know how to feel about it, but I guarantee you, right now, the only other person that can really speak up on it and figure out what's going on is Andrew Tate, because even though people hate Andrew Tate because of whatever he says or whatever, but when you really listen to the man talk on his fucking podcast, he's not fucking lying. He's speaking shit. And Tate ended up selling himself out. Tate's never sold himself out to nobody. Try going to a Romanian prison for fucking years and trying to survive in that shit, definitely. And I do get that a lot. But I'm gonna play this real quick on what he said about it, and yeah.
What did you and Tristan talk? What was your first reaction when you saw the assassination?
Well, I saw that he had been shot. And I said to Tristan, Charlie Kirk was shot. He said, no way. And then I saw that he was stable. And then I saw the video. And I said, there's no way you can make that. You can't make it. As soon as I saw the video, I knew. At that range, you'd be better to take a bullet in the head, because the bullet would have slowed down enough. Maybe your skull could have saved you. Neck, it's too soft. He bled out. He was over. I knew it instantly. And my heart broke. I don't know what else to say. It's easy for me to get angry and scream at these liberals, but there's no point screaming at a soulless. It's like screaming at a tree, these people. They have no soul. They have they're not sentient.
You don't like
There's no point screaming at them.
Fucking leave, man.
My heart is broken for Charlie for his family,
I'm just
for the
pissed
Western
off,
world
so
as we
I'm
know
sorry,
it,
like,
for the country my father served under, for the
this
country I
shit's
was
pissing
born
me
in.
off, so
My
I'm gonna
heart is
talk
broken.
about it a lot that way.
I don't know what else
So
to
I
say to you.
apologize
The
if
world
I'm
as we
saying
know
that
it
shit too
is
much.
over. And the people who are cheering for his death want you dead too. And they want me dead.
Man, if you're 8,
And
get out of here.
unfortunately, if you
What are
study
you
enough
doing in
history,
here?
these people are psychopathic enough to get what they want.
Like, you don't even understand this, so why are you even in here? Get out of here. Like, what? There, now you try to comment, it's not, you try to comment shit, it's not gonna show up. You coming in here gonna talk negative, then you could leave. I'm not, like, we're in here talking about politics or whatever. You're too young for that shit. These kids think they know everything. So, move on. I'm gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about. And we're gonna go more into this.
Keep watching if your recent car accident was not your fault, because I've got a way that you could get.
Candace Owens has been friend.
This is not the one. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the one we could talk about. Who did it? See, and in the Twitter video, I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. Okay, look at the beginning of this. Tate shares shocking Kirk claim, right? This is what was said on Twitter. Andrew Tate on Charlie Kirk. I know who killed him, right? But it's too dangerous to say. He's smart. He's not gonna go out there and fucking risk his life and say something, because when Charlie was talking about Israel and Epstein and all that, that same podcast he was talking about going to Utah a week later, and then he dies. And then he texts Candace Owens saying, I feel something weird is going on and I feel like I'm gonna die. Like, the way he didn't say like I'm gonna die, but the way he was saying it was like something bad's gonna happen at this speakeasy thing that he was doing in Utah. And he wasn't wrong. He had a feeling something was going to happen, and he was right. He felt someone was coming after him, and he was not wrong. But it's just a matter of who did it. Did Trump have something to do with it, or did Erica Kirk have something to do with it? It could be fucking Israel or Russians. It could be anybody. We don't know. And we won't find out for probably years to come, but it's going to come out eventually.
Andrew Tate is once again at the center of controversy, this time for making an explosive claim about the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. In a new interview, Tate told podcast host Jack Neal that he believes he knows who killed Charlie Kirk.
Okay, so this is what Roman Simon said on Twitter. The information is available freely. You can study how the brains of the smartest people in the world operate and learn from them. And this is an unimaginable luxury. Watch this podcast and learn without trying to judge or become defensive. Andrew Tate, Jack Neal podcast. Go and watch that shit. I don't care if you like Andrew Tate or you don't like him, if you like Charlie Kirk or you don't like him, go and listen to it. At least sit there and listen to the shit, and then come back in here or text me or comment down below and say like, oh, I don't like what he said. You have your opinions on it. You can't just have an opinion without actually watching it and understanding it. So I'm going to go to that interview and I'm going to watch that. And then after that, I'm going to go upstairs. but I want to go on to talk about this because it needs to be talked about. So I'm
We're
going to
good?
go pee real quick,
We're good?
Yes.
and then we're going to skip through these and we're going to discuss what is going on. Lobby AI, boy. Okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right. So, with the way YouTube is, hopefully they don't feel, sensitive and feel some type of way about it, but this is the interview with Andrew Tate and Jack Neal. And since Andrew Tate's been out of jail for a while now, he's been doing podcasts again and he's able to talk about shit that he wanted to talk about. So let's get into it.
Perfect. Andrew Tate, welcome back to the Jack Neal podcast.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know where they start to talk about Charlie.
Truthfully,
Okay. Hold on.
you know when you watch a movie and like the bad guy,
Okay. This one's Andrew Tate talks about the elite, why liberals, this.
these clowns will ever move in their fucking lives.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. And I'm honestly, to prove it.
Okay. We're gonna go to. I think I'm gonna see what the real reason they target, whatever, and then I'm gonna go to why liberals need. Hold on.
Let's talk about Charlie Kirk.
I found it. Here we go. The real reason they target Charlie Kirk and why Candace Owens, whatever. Okay, I found it. We're going to go into this one, and then we're going to go into the one where he's talking about liberals and all that shit. This is why this motherfucker is so smart, and y'all hate Andrew Tate, but he's really speaking the truth. And I'm going to play this. At least listen to it, and you can have your opinions and comment down below how you feel about it. You could say he's talking bullshit, or you could say, oh, he's speaking facts. I'm keeping it open. So whatever he says, you can either understand it or not, but here we go.
Why did they not just put him in jail? Because no one's going to believe Trump's DOJ prosecuting Charlie Kirk. Doesn't make sense. He's Trump's friend. Why would the Department of Justice try and prosecute Charlie Kirk? He's squeaky clean. Taxes paid. He's not like me. I made it easy for them. He's fucked 1,000 women. Call him up. Get him. Right? He ain't fucked 1,000 bitches. He ain't running around fucking with all these girlfriends like me. They went through his life How are we going to get him in jail? How are we going to get him in jail? How are we going to get him in jail? You know what? There's literally nothing here. Next. Bang. I'm lucky with me, I gave them the layup. If I had lived squeaky clean, like a dummy, if I had done everything right, they would have just killed me. But instead, they're like, we have to fix this Andrew Tate problem. Killing people is messy, and it makes them a martyr. It can make them bigger. And even as a government, killing someone in another country, even the Brits killing someone in Romania, I know how this stuff works. Trust me.
Imagine Andrew Tate and Charlie Kirk having a podcast debation. Like, they both can debate really fucking well, and it would have been crazy to see both of them on a podcast together. We'll never see that, but in a way, Andrew Tate is defending Charlie Kirk for a reason, because he knows how fucked up everything is. He's seen it and he's been around that shit. Yet nobody has come after him to try and kill him. They just try to put him in jail. The easiest way would be to kill Andrew Tate, but they don't do that. They're trying to basically silence him by putting him in jail and thinking he's going to suffer, by sending him letters and all this saying to kill himself and all that. And again, I know how the term kill yourself is very... it's like a very sensitive topic to talk about, so I'm going to rephrase that. If you're feeling that way, get help and try to find a way to help yourself. But otherwise, I don't want to go talking too much into that and then I get like a restriction or something because of the way I'm talking about it. Search for fitness and ended up here. You work out. Currently, since it's winter, I'm hibernating, getting fat and drinking and eating lots of food. But once it's summertime, I plan on getting, my skinny self back. So when I get the chances to work out, I go for it because it feels fucking great. My channel, mostly I just talk about shit, or I game, or mostly this is a music channel where I post my music. I'm working on an album right now with 5 other volumes. Separate title, like separate cover photos and different types of genre music, but I use that, and I also talk just about anything on here. Football, politics, whatever it is. But right now I'm talking about, the Epstein shit and then the Charlie Kirk shit, and Andrew Tate is explaining his side on what he thinks happened. So I appreciate the likes. Thank you. Oh, you think I'm skinny? Bro, I got a beer gut. I'm like, compared to any fat guy, like, I'm not that fat, but I'm pretty fucking big. Like, only because, drinking beer and eating a lot of fucking ramen noodles and fucking, I'm getting that shit back in the summer, though, because in the future I want to do wrestling. So I want to be able to wrestle and do all that. I have a friend that wrestles, and I want to do the same shit. Man, you even know who this is on my pants? Say right now you don't know who this is on my pants. Like, come on. This is the funniest fucking superhero ever. You gotta know who this shit is. Come on. Yeah, my face is skinny. I'm like, I'm a fat guy who's skinny. So I'm a fat skinny. And yeah, pro wrestling. My friend Jacob, he does wrestling, and he's actually really fucking good. I've always wanted to do wrestling. Because, well, I mean, shit, imagine going to WWE one of these days. Like, I would love to go to WWE. So doing that, like, underground shit with, like, other, low companies to get up there, I would love to do that. So that's the only way I would go and get into shape and stop smoking and drinking. I would go and do some fucking wrestling. Hell yeah. I grew up loving wrestling, so I think that's something I would do. And I haven't checked how much I weighed in a while. I keep around like the 130s and 140s mainly. But since I've been drinking and eating a lot, I'm probably around the 50s, maybe 60s. But I'm never higher than that. Hey, I'm gonna get back to this fucking Andrew Tate shit on the Charlie Kirk shit. I don't want to get distracted, so let's talk about it.
They have to speak to the Romanian government. They have to try and clear it all. They have to understand their agent might get arrested. Then there's an international incident to get him out. Even the Russians, when they killed that guy in Germany, you can look it up. He got arrested. He was in jail for 3 years before Putin could swap him. The governments, when it comes to personal assassinations outside of drone strike.
RVD smokes weed. Okay. I got my nicotine vape, which is getting low, but that's fine. But I got dab pens all right here. I love my dab pens. I don't smoke no fucking weed anymore. I do smoke weed, but if I do, I only take a couple hits of it. I don't really smoke weed all like that. I mostly smoke dabs. So if I got any dab heads in here, lock in, do a blinker, something like that. I got y'all. Cheers. Now that we did that, back to the video.
In third world countries. Even they don't like to really do it. Macron could kill Candace, but even he is like on American soil, an American citizen. It's still a big deal for a government. So when they said, let's get rid of Andrew Tate, our options are to kill him or put him in jail. Well, let's see how we can put him in jail. And they looked for 10 seconds and like, oh, fucking hell, he's got a fucking treasure trove. He was a fucking fighter. He sold weed when he was 18. He's fucked every girl he fucking could. He was running around drunk. He fucking drove cars too fast. Then fuck this guy. Just fucking get him. I gave it to him on a plate. I'm not stupid. I know I did. Of course I gave it to him on a plate. I fucked everyone. So Nick's problem is he hasn't given it to him on a plate. Because people talk about my human trafficking accusations. You can look it up right now. The British government took 3.2 million pounds of my money for tax evasion, too. So they got me for that. They get me for this. And it's like, just fucking get him. And I just keep giving it to him, laying it up. I'm a dumbass. So, but it saved me, or I would be dead. Nick's problem, and I really care about Nick, is that it's almost like, I have lots of businesses. And I have a restaurant. And in my restaurant, I let my staff steal a little. Because if I let them steal none, they quit. And if I let them steal too much, I don't make any money. So I make sure that I allow them to steal enough so that they feel happy to go to work and they think they're winning. But I am also on it enough to stop them stealing so much I don't make profit. Like, you have to give you have to give a little. If you're too strict, it gets worse. And I gave the enemy the second strike, and Nick didn't, or he hasn't, or he won't, or he can't. And Charlie didn't, and we look what happened to him. So I'm worried about Nick. I'm actually genuinely worried about Nick. And I think that Nick is smart enough also to worry about himself.
Why do you think Charlie Kirk was assassinated? Do you think it was because of feminism?
Let's talk as professionals here. Sorry for the pause. I'm just scanning what's going to keep me alive. So I know who killed him. And the only person who is overtly giving theories as to who killed him publicly is Candace. The reason Candace is breathing is because she is a woman and because she is black. And the people in charge have thought, they've concluded, you know what? Let a black woman scream. Most people will, even if they listen to her, it's a black chick and we're just going to let her scream into the air and we'll just put it down to black female hysterical action. So we'll just put it down to that.
You think that's it?
Yeah. We'll get some bots on Twitter and we'll get everyone to call her crazy and we'll pretend she's hysterical and we'll push all of this narrative that she's nuts with some paid influencers. I'm going to get everyone to call her crazy, even if she's right on the fucking money, even if she gets it perfectly right. Even in one of her episodes.
See what I'm fucking talking about? Is he wrong? Like, is he saying anything fucking wrong? No, he's speaking the, like, bro, this is why Andrew Tate, this is why. And people think I'm fucking crazy or stupid for listening to Andrew Tate or listening to Charlie Kirk or all these other, like, bro, like, why? Because they're speaking truth? Okay. Do you think he will get killed for this shit, though? Because he is speaking on some there's still a lot more left than just this segment right here. And there's, like, look at how much is left. We're right here. There's still all of this. But it's not just on Charlie. It's only this part on Charlie, and then a little bit down there he talks about liberals and all that. So he talks about all that same shit. So I'm gonna finish this out. Let y'all listen. If you fuck with Tate, just listen what he has to say about Charlie. Like and share this shit, because I want to get this shit popping and running up. Let's get this live big. Let's get this shit popping. So last video I did about Andrew Tate is when I shaved my head, and that shit got a lot of fucking views. It got like 4K or some shit like that. So the shit he's saying about Charlie Kirk and our government and what Candace Owens was saying about it, like, just listen what he has to say. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but I just want y'all to understand what he's saying in this shit. He has good protection, but yes, they can finish him off within the prison system. He survived twice. He did pretty good. He made it out. Him and his brother did perfectly fine. So I don't think it's the prison system. I think they're going to come after him some other way. Someone will probably try to break into his house, which they can't. Because if real Andrew Tate fans know, when they watch his vlogs, he literally has like a safe door as his main door. How are you going to shoot or break into a safe door? Dude, the safe thick-wise is like this. You shooting a bullet through that is not going to do anything. Andrew Tate is protected, and he has armed guards around his house 24/7. You tried to put him away, calling him a trafficker, this and that, but then when he proved you wrong and had the proof of it, people still don't want to believe it, and they want to talk shit. Andrew Tate, if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, look him up and look up what's going on right now. But I'm about to continue the video of what he's saying on Charlie Kirk and why he thinks it was a government cover-up to get him killed because he was talking too much. So Andrew Tate's never lied. He's always spoke the truth, and if you don't like what he has to say, you don't like what he has to say. But this is what he's talking about. So listen very carefully to this shit. Whether you're spamming love likes or laughing likes, I appreciate it. I just Googled, I know of him. Okay, so people have a lot of bad opinions on Andrew Tate. So if you're like just figuring him out, really watch his podcast and how he speaks, and you'll understand more about him and what he's representing. So that's why I like him, because he's never afraid to say what's on his mind, and he speaks the fucking truth. He's not going to cover shit up or be silent about something because someone told him to. He does. And he's helping a lot of men. He's helped millions of fucking people around the world get good-ass jobs in college and start to become millionaires. That's why he has the, what is it called? Andrew Tate started this thing online where you could go and make money and become a millionaire in your own way by investing money and shit. I forgot what it's called, but it's very helpful, and you can go online and use that. And Tate called it Trumper. It's called The Real World. Yeah, The Real World, The War Room and shit. Yes. That shit He's literally, and you can't say he's not helping people because there's a lot of kids who came out and said they're fucking millionaires by the age of 22. Like, you're a proud Trumper, man. Man, dude, I used to like Trump, but after all that info came out about what kind of man he is, I wouldn't say I'm a Trump fan after that. I wouldn't support that man after what he did and what he covered up and tried to hide. So I'm gonna go back to this video, continue that shit. Let's do it.
Black female hysterical action. So let's put it down to that.
You think that's it?
Yeah. We'll get some bots on Twitter and we'll get everyone to call her crazy and we'll pretend she's hysterical and we'll push all of this narrative that she's nuts with some paid influencers. And we're going to get everyone to call her crazy, even if she's right on the fucking money, even if she gets it perfectly right. Even in one of her episodes, if she describes it perfect, we're just going to convince everyone she's nuts because she's a black chick and we can convince people that she's just hysterical, like the Walmart ran out of fucking cocoa butter and she's mad. So let's just do that. If you're a man in a sharp
Dab
suit,
pens are
like
better,
yours,
though.
or if I put a suit on and I sit
don't
there
want
and I
me
break it
vaping,
down
I'll
in a
do
very logical,
dabs.
there still is that degree of misogyny in the world where a man is taken a little bit more seriously with some things. And then if you get it directly on the money with a different tone and they can't really call you crazy, if you don't give them the second life, if you don't give them an easy layup, well, then you pay the price. That's the first thing to analyze. Now let's analyze a couple other things.
Hey, man. If I... I could easily go and get a Black and Mild for $1 instead of hitting these vapes. But vapes aren't that bad. I just think it's better than fucking smoking tobacco. I don't know, like it's really hard because tobacco and vapes are both bad, but I enjoy the vape because it tastes good. But I also had I started out with Black and Milds before the vapes. Me, my friend Kenny, and my boy Cage, we all smoked Black and Milds before we started smoking vapes. But ever since then, we just been sticking with vapes. Man, I've went a while. Like right now, I got 19 battery on here. Once this one's out, I usually wait a while until I get another one, like a fresh one, but I just got this shit not that long ago and it's already low, so I went through it pretty quick. Vapes will make you sick if you get a flavor that you don't like or that is good. This one, pink and blue. It's like strawberry and blue raspberry is pretty good. I just like good flavors that I can pace myself with. I don't want to taste some nasty ass like flavor that I'm not gonna like. So I like what I enjoy. Shit. You're vaping and drinking coffee, yeah, that's a death wish. I'm gonna plug in my phone real quick and I'm gonna continue this video, so.
Robert, you saved me again, Robert.
I've been on here for a while.
Recoil from time to time, but I still fly.
43 minutes, we're gonna do it. Did you know Tate calls vapes gay? Yeah, I know that. If I ever met him or chill with him, I would quit vapes just to smoke cigars with that motherfucker. Like, dead ass. He's a gangster. If he told me straight up, like, quit vaping, smoke tobacco, smoke cigar, like, I would do it. I would fucking do it. I would let him take my fucking vape and break it in front of me. I would not give a fuck. But that motherfucker smokes the hookah like his life depends on it too, so. Yo. If we're talking about Chase Damore, yeah, Chase Damore definitely fucked him up, but that's only because Andrew Tate hasn't fought in fucking years, and plus he's old as shit. Chase Damore is definitely big as fuck. He's tall as shit. Sean Strickland called out Chase Damore after he beat Tate, and he's like, "I'll beat your ass." Yeah. I like to speak the truth and what's going on. And if people don't understand it, like whether it's on Epstein or Andrew Tate or whatever it is, like I speak my mind on it. I don't give a fuck what people think. So they don't want to believe me, they don't have to believe me. The truth will reveal itself in the future, and that's all that matters. Like all this shit will come to light soon, and people will wake the fuck up and realize how crazy our government is and what they're doing. I don't like to get too much into that. I want to just talk about normal shit, but it's like this is all you could really talk about now because of how fucked up everything is, and I hate it. I hate it. I miss enjoying music, movies, like you can't enjoy shit anymore because there's always some weird shit going on in fucking Hollywood. The statement is dumb as fuck for real, man. Everything is so corrupted and like fabricated. Like you can't really know the truth until they have the proof of it. Prince Andrew got arrested. Wait, did this just happen? Because I know he lost his rights to royalty or whatever, and he couldn't. I don't know exactly what it is, but if he got arrested, that's fucking crazy, bro. I don't know if he'll talk. Epstein, yep. No, I wasn't talking to you. Oh, explain. What were you talking about? Epstein and Diddy, yeah. Is it crazy that Diddy's still in jail and he's just chilling, living his life, but when fucking Epstein went to jail, he fucking killed himself, so it's like, it's weird. And then his footage disappeared of what happened the last few hours of when he supposedly ended his life, so it's weird. It's really weird to me. This live is about the Epstein shit. It's about a lot of shit. It's about Epstein, the Charlie Kirk shit, and what Andrew Tate was talking on it. It's about a lot of shit. I hate talking about it because it really is... It weirds me out because a lot of the shit is just not something you would expect out of any normal person, but... A lot of these celebrities who ended up ODing or killing themselves or died of weird causes are because of fucking one person, Epstein or Diddy. It's really... That's why a lot of artists don't try to join labels and do shit anymore because of shit like this. What the fuck? Yo, okay. I'm gonna continue the video on what Tate's saying on the Charlie and Candace Owens shit.
It's not my job to say who killed Charlie. It's the job of our agencies, which we subsidize with our taxes, our tax money, to convince me that they know who killed Charlie. Not just to say who killed Charlie, but it is your job to convince me that what you are saying is the truth. The Magna Carta says, not only will justice be done, justice must seem to be done. That is the basis of Western law. Not only do we operate from a place of justice, but people at home see and experience the justice. I am giving millions or billions of dollars, or the American public are giving billions of dollars to agencies whose job it is to find out what happened, tell us what happened, and punish the person who did it. Now, if nobody believes their story, that is very detrimental to the faith in public institutions, and it is the faith in public institutions which keep a democracy functioning. We believe in elections because we believe they're fair. We go to court because we believe it's fair. Otherwise, it breaks down into Mogadishu. Otherwise, it's
Did he
AK.
not? Okay. Did he not be? Why would Diddy even be in the files? Like, the shit Diddy was doing was nothing compared to what Epstein was doing. Nothing. Diddy was doing shit with, like, I mean, we don't really know in full detail what Diddy was doing, but Diddy was doing some pretty out of pocket shit, like really wild shit, but he was not doing what Epstein and the people who were around Epstein were doing, so I don't know. They're both fucked up, but Diddy was probably like light work compared to what Epstein was doing. Epstein was like heavyweight with that shit. Heavyweight. No.
47s and machetes. If you believe you don't get a fair chance in court, you just kill your enemy. The fuck are we going to talk about? So it is their job to make us believe them and have trust in them. And nobody believes the story, and they're...
Hold on, I got you. Which one should I
Powerful
pick?
figures could be placed.
Like, which one? Because I'll pick any of these. There's this too.
Hey friends, Jonathan Rumi from The Chosen here. And you know, one of the coolest things that I get to be a part of every
of the Epstein files. But they're also seeing a system that has failed survivors and regular people over and over. That privileges the powerful and well-connected over regular people. You know, regular people who don't have the luxury of saying, I'm not going to come to court. And
all it says is Epstein files live. Bill Clinton's testimony shocks Capitol. I heard Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were supposed to come out and say some shit about what was going on. But you weren't lying about Prince Andrew's getting arrested. Yo, what the fuck?
I think we've all...
What?
A stunning development in Great Britain. Former
Holy
Prince
shit,
Andrew
you were not lying.
Arrested in connection with his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. It follows weeks of new revelations about their friendship following the U.S. Justice Department's release of
Prince Andrew arrested in connection with Epstein. You sick motherfucker.
Raf, good morning to you. First of all, what have you been able to learn so far?
Craig, good morning. This is a fast-moving situation, but here's what we know so far. British police took former Prince Andrew into custody early.
I'll be right back. Bitch ass fuck. Stupid ass peach and sucker motherfucker.
Holy fuck, my bad, y'all. I started getting into a conversation. We're already almost 60 minutes in. That's the longest shit I ever had seen on live. My bad. I'm sorry. We're back. We're gonna finish what we were talking about. I was talking to my grandma upstairs. My bad. We back. Alright. Enough talking about Charlie Kirk and Andrew Tate. We're gonna talk about the Epstein shit like I wanted to talk about. So, someone came in here.
You saved me again, Robert. I may recoil from time to time, but I still fly.
Someone came in here earlier in the live and was talking about how Prince Andrew got arrested. I'm now looking at the video for this, and this was 1 hour ago, so... Oh my god, Prince Andrew got arrested, you little bitch.
A stunning development in Great Britain. Former Prince Andrew arrested in connection with his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. It follows weeks of new revelations about their friendship following the U.S. Justice Department's release of millions of files from the Epstein
Literally
case.
1 hour
Raph
ago.
Sanchez is in London for us. Raph, good morning to you.
He got arrested 1 hour ago.
So far?
Craig, good morning. This is a fast-moving situation, but here's what we know so far. British police took former Prince Andrew into custody early this morning, local time in Norfolk. That is in the east of England. It's where he's been living since he was forced out of his royal home in
Now
Windsor.
think about it. Is he gonna talk, or is he gonna do what Epstein did and we're gonna start seeing a lot of people die in prison? What if Prince Andrew dies in prison? I'm gonna say that right now. If YouTube tries to take this live down or this video down when I upload it, we're at 59 minutes and something, 25, 26 seconds. If they try to take this down because of that, because of what I say, then I'll know they're fucking scared. Because if Prince Andrew kills himself in prison, then that just proves he doesn't want to talk and he doesn't want to get tortured through that. So he thinks his best way would be to kill himself the same way Epstein did. But the theory is that Epstein never killed himself. He's still alive. He's hiding out somewhere in Israel or some shit. Like, that's really hard to believe, but it's possible. He's a billionaire. It's possible if he wanted to fake his death so he can hide somewhere and put out whatever files he wanted to put out to kind of like throw a middle finger at America, basically. We don't know, but I'm gonna look more into this fucking Prince Andrew shit. I'm like, let's go, you piece of fucking shit. You finally got arrested.
Earlier this month. Now, police are not officially naming him. They are saying at this point that they have taken a man in his 60s into custody. And the allegation, Craig, is misconduct in public office. This is effectively an allegation of corruption. Now, this is important because Andrew, of course, has faced repeated allegations that he sexually abused some of Epstein's trafficking victims. British police are saying that at this...
Okay, I'm gonna read this. What if they falsely accused you like dear Andrew has been, and some doofus was doing for your death like you're doing towards Andrew? Would you want them to stop? Wait. What are we what topic are we talking about? Are you talking about my Andrew Tate segment that I was talking about, or are we talking about the Epstein shit? Okay, you're just on weird shit. Alright, I'm gonna continue what I was doing. Bro, what? I'm confused on what the fuck this motherfucker's saying. Just sitting outside your window trying to make a sound so you feel like, bro, what? I live in the hood. That's not gonna do nothing.
At this point, they're
Like,
looking
that's
into
not gonna do
allegations
nothing.
he misused his public office. Now, they are not giving further details
Come
at
to
this
Buffalo,
point, but
you
what
won't
we
even
do
survive in
know
this weather.
is in that massive release of Department of Justice emails from the convicted sex offenders' accounts, there were emails from Prince Andrew, who was a prince back then, back in 2010 to Jeffrey Epstein. He was serving at that point as a trade envoy for the British government. He had access to sensitive trade information, and he sent some of that trade data to Epstein. Again, this is back in 2010. This is after Epstein was convicted in Florida in 2008 when the prince was sending him these emails. Now, this is a serious offense.
They think they're slick, but they're not that slick.
It's worth saying at this point he has been arrested. He has not been charged. This is an offense that can carry prison time. And it underscores, Craig, just the stunning fall from grace we have been discussing with royal historians here in London this morning, trying to find any precedent for this. No one can think of a situation in the modern
damn. Oh. This was 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago.
Jeffrey Epstein's victims.
Okay.
If you were sexually abused while at school or school activity as a child, you may be entitled up to...
Pictures appearing to show Andrew Mountbatten Windsor crouched over an unidentified woman are featured in the latest disclosure of files linked to the late American sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The images are among more than 3 million documents published by the Trump administration. It's not known where they were taken. Mr. Mountbatten Windsor has been asked for comment, but he hasn't responded. He has previously denied any wrongdoing. The US Justice Department said this was the final batch of material that would be published. John Sudworth has the details.
In and amongst the more than 180,000 images released are these pictures showing the then Prince Andrew kneeling over and touching a female whose identity has been hidden.
News, bro.
There's no context, location, or date
YouTube
provided.
or none of that can get all offended.
Andrew has always denied any criminal wrongdoing, but this latest batch of files once again contains items raising serious questions of judgment, not least an email exchange from 2010, long after his close friend Jeffrey Epstein had been convicted of sexual offences involving children, suggesting he meet with a 26-year-old Russian woman in London who he might enjoy having dinner with. Andrew replies he would be delighted to see her and adds, "Will she be bringing a message from you? Please give her my contact details to get in touch." Epstein writes back, "She's 26, Russian, clever and beautiful, and yes, she has your email."
We will continue reducing.
The new files also contain further revelations about Peter Mandelson, who last year lost his job as British ambassador to Washington after it became clear his friendship with Epstein had been deeper than previously known. They include the claim that the sex offender sent Lord Mandelson's then partner, now husband, Ronaldo Avila da Silva, £10,000 to cover the cost of an osteopathy course. Lord Mandelson has described his friendship as a most terrible mistake and says he wasn't aware of Epstein's crimes. There's little, though, to pose a real threat to President Trump, apart from some unsubstantiated allegations which the FBI had already ruled out, nor, his administration says, anything to prove a wider conspiracy. But with so many documents withheld or redacted, Jeffrey Epstein's victims do not believe they've yet been given the whole truth.
When the president signed the bill in November, it was to release all the files. All the files need to be released. They haven't been released. So that's what closure looks like. That's what...
Only 3 million pages worth of the Epstein files have been released. There is still 6 million left. And you can understand how crazy that sounds, but that's fucking crazy. You mean to tell me there's that much, but you won't release the other 6 million? I don't understand. Hold on. That's fine.
Justice looks like, whether anyone's prosecuted or not. Get the full information out there so the public, the survivors, and everyone can really know what's going on.
With continuing calls for him to give evidence in America, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has yet to respond to the latest revelation.